Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are now listening to That Infernal Noise podcast, part of the Mental Health News Radio Network. Fuck yeah. Hello, everyone. We're back. And things look different. Like my hair and the background. It's temporary, but pretty cool. So you had a birthday on Friday.
Yep.
And how are you feeling about turning 40?
I'm not. I don't like it
You don't
so
like
far, to be completely honest.
So far.
I'm trying to hold out hope that this is going to be a better year than we've had subsequently.
I hope so too.
But with all the shit that's gone on, it's just like last night, I had a goddamn panic attack in the middle of the night. That was fun.
Yeah. It wasn't fun, but it happens. And you woke me up, you asked for help. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I guess. I started my brain meds on Friday, got a little bit of a respite Friday and somewhat yet more Friday than yesterday, but yesterday wasn't bad. And then just out of the blue, kicked me in the teeth last night.
You know that there's the your body getting used to shit, period. So unfortunately that's going to be a thing that we may have to deal with.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
So you're not thrilled about being 40.
I mean, realistically, I know it's another number. It's just, it's in my head right now.
Why?
Because of everything that's happened. I'm contemplating mortality on a regular goddamn basis, and I'm fucking sick of it.
I can completely understand that. That was a lot of my panic and anxiety initially. Like, was I going to wake up? So I get that. Are there any other things that you're worried about, or?
That's pretty much it. I mean, outside of the obvious shit, Chris being on his own, Kaylee going to college, all of that shit, that hasn't gone away. I don't know that it's going to.
That's unfortunately part of life that we have to, as parents, go through, which isn't fun, but
not in the slightest.
Unfortunately necessary, because we're not doing our job if they're not living their lives, if we're not setting them up for success. And I was saying the other day, sometimes our kids have gotten on my last fucking nerve and you just want to dump them. But overall, we have kick-ass kids.
That's why it's so hard to let go. If they were shitheads, I wouldn't care.
Be like, fuck you, get out.
I mean, realistically,
no.
It's I like being around my kids. And that time is fewer and further between now.
I know.
So it sucks.
But we have to, what does Joe say? Become... Oh, how does she phrase it? We can no longer be managers of their lives, but interested parties. And that transition is
I still haven't gotten used to it with Chris.
Oh, yeah, no.
He's been graduated for almost 2 years now, and I'm still not used to it.
He turns 20 soon.
Yeah, I know, and that's fucking with me too.
Yeah.
Day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know.
But we should be proud of that. We should be proud
I am
of...
proud of it. I'm not saying I'm not. It's just, it sucks.
Doesn't help in this situation.
No.
In this
I
moment.
mean, it wouldn't be good regardless. Like, I wouldn't be handling it any better if all the other shit hadn't happened, but I don't know.
It's exponentially harder right now.
And, like, I've never enjoyed my birthday, and just with everything changing so rapidly in the past year and a half, like, it made me enjoy my birthday even less. And that's not anybody's fault. And anybody that told me happy birthday, I genuinely appreciate that people took the time out of their day to do that. But it's, I don't know.
You're not feeling it. The birthday vibes.
And like, I had just gotten to the point where I started liking my birthdays right before, well, February before Grandma passed. And then that happened, and it was just like, fuck. And then Mom, and like, fuck. And it's just...
Yeah.
Then, like, Sis went out of her way. Dada went out of her way. Both of them made me a birthday cake. And they brought it over here, and that was... Like, that genuinely made me happy. Because they took the extra time to make sure I had a birthday cake, because Mom was the one that would make the birthday treats and all that shit.
Yep.
You know, my little sister and my big sister fucking made sure I was taken care of.
Yeah.
And that meant the world to me. But it's still just like, this shit don't feel right.
I know.
Nothing feels right anymore. Like, I feel bad for even wanting to celebrate, even though I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to acknowledge that it's my birthday or what the fuck ever.
Because you're alive and they're not.
I guess. I don't really know what it is, and I'm trying not to think too hard about it.
I understand. I get it. It's been rough. It's just been rough. And I know, like, the past, I don't know how many episodes I've cried and...
That was before Mom, too.
Just get used to it. Because I'm a crier. Whatever. But it did make my heart very happy that they did that as well. Because I was going to bake a cake. I was.
I told you not to because they said they were.
Yes. For anyone who's like, why didn't your wife bake you a cake?
You were totally on board, but I told you not to because the two of them were doing it.
We didn't need 3 cakes.
I still haven't cut into either one of them because I was waiting until all the kids could be here and
Yes.
Mandy and Gabriel and whatnot. I don't know. This whole thing is just, it's a clusterfuck. It's the best way to describe it.
Yeah. It's,
I mean, luckily the meds are helping a little bit to where, well, like I was telling you, well, because I broke down on Friday happily.
Yeah.
Because everything, the noise stopped for a fucking little bit.
Yep.
And I was fucking ecstatic. And I couldn't do anything but cry.
It's been a rough...
I was like, I've been white knuckling it for 2 fucking months. Straight. Like, no break, no respite. And people don't realize how long amount of time 2 months is whenever you're doing that thing for 2 months straight.
Yep. It's
like, I can't imagine. I don't know how I functioned.
Yeah.
Previously. And I said that too. Like, I don't know how I made it through all of the bullshit younger and not completely, like, because I had breakdowns and flip outs and shit like that, but they never felt as bad.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, I don't know how I made it. I don't know how I existed for so long
Survival.
without therapy, without meds, without any of that shit. Because the fucking voices have been in the back of my head for my
Forever.
entire life, as far as I remember.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, hindsight's a son of a bitch sometimes because you're like, how the fuck did that happen? Because, like, agreed. Like, the fact that I'm on, I've broken teeth, I've cracked teeth because of the amount of stress and my body is physically, it's horrible because of all the stress and like mentally you look at it and you're like, how am I here?
But
And
see, I
that's
don't like thinking that either, because then that just perpetuates the other shit.
because on top, because not even on top, not even just because of that, because all the other stupid shit we used to do too. But
And now that I'm trying to take care of myself and trying to be better and all that shit, everything seems worse. Like mentally. And it's such a fucking beating.
it's unfortunately one of those darkest before dawn things, I think.
I fucking hope so.
But like that short clip that we saw earlier, like life doesn't get easier. Like bad things are still going to happen and it's going to suck and we have to deal with it, and a break would be nice. Can we not do every year? That would be super great. But it's the unfortunate part of that cycle of life where it's like, yeah, you as you get older you get wiser, you live more life, you have more experiences, you have better advice, you should, I should say, you should be growing and
My advice
changing.
has always been spot on. It's just I've never been able to use it for myself.
Fair. Same.
And the fact that Kaylee has that same problem is a motherfucker. She's
Yeah.
gotten better, but
Yeah. But it's just fucking shitty part of life. But we get to live it. And we're still getting to live it. And
that's the part that I'm trying to focus on.
yeah, because it is hard to like feel celebratory. That's how I felt during Christmas. It was just like, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to.
And fucking the day after, I had everything fucking down.
Oh yeah.
Just because I was
Not
done. I was done before Christmas.
yeah.
And I hate that, because that's one of the few times of year I actually enjoy, and we've had that conversation,
Yeah.
because everybody's fucking nice to each other for once.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why the fuck can't you take that through the entire year? But
The masses
that's
are
a
assholes.
whole nother thing.
Yeah. It's but now that you do have, unfortunately, these experiences that we've had to deal with in the past 5 years, how do you think that that's changing the trajectory of you as a person going forward because of...
I wish I could give some, like, amazing, life-altering answer, but I don't fucking know. I have no clue, because I thought I had shit figured out. And anytime I've thought I had shit figured out, that's when shit goes sideways. Every fucking time. And I'm not like nihilistic in the sense that, oh, it's all happening to me and it's not. I don't think like that anymore. So I guess that's a plus. But it just seems like I can't get to the next thing without losing other shit. And I'm so fucking tired of losing shit right now. Between all of the friends that I've lost to various things, losing family members, like, I'm just fucking sick of it. I'm so fucking sick of it.
Yeah.
I just want to be happy with things the way that they are and still progress. And I know that everybody says, well, whenever you start going down the path to resonate with your soul, you start having to lose other shit to make room for it, or what the fuck ever. And I'm trying to hold on to that, but
yeah, and
it's real fucking difficult.
And I'm guessing it's a little bit harder to digest that piece of, oh, it's making space because these are important people. And like, it's important losses.
And then it turns into fucked up survivor's guilt. Like, I'm getting what I want and they're not getting to see it.
Yeah.
Like, my life is getting better, and I know that as a whole, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can look back at where I was 2, 5, 10, 15 years ago, and I can see the progression, and I am proud of the progress that I've made.
It's just hard when the people
you want the most to see it don't
get to.
In our mind, like, we don't know what the fuck's out there.
Yeah, they're not physically here to celebrate with us.
I would like to think that they are aware of it somehow. And
I think
and
so.
they both got to see, well, for me, the both of them, mom and grandma, both got to see the change, at least, to where they could tell that he got it. He finally fucking got it.
You were on the path. Yeah.
So I am happy for that, at least, but I don't know. I would like to think more good shit's coming.
It's all bittersweet, though. And I get that. I understand.
Because it's just like thinking about Kaylee's graduation.
Yep. I had that thought the other day.
It's like, fuck, dude. Like, it's just... It's a kick in the fucking teeth. It's like everything makes you think of it.
Yeah.
Because, like, oh, she would have gotten a kick out of this. Or, oh, this is something that she would have found funny. Or what, like, just dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like, she would have lost her shit that Kaylee has a boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like, shit like that. Because it would have been Sis's reaction, like, wait, what?
Hold on. Just a second. I agree.
But it's just, all of this shit is just so... I get that it's still fresh, but fuck. I was like, I just want a goddamn respite.
Yeah.
And Friday, I got that a little bit. Thankfully. And it was such a relief.
I know.
And I hadn't slept that good in a very long time.
Yes.
And then yesterday.
And then.
And granted, that was probably my own fault because I'm 40 now and I can't have a soda with fucking dinner. Without fucking shit up for myself. Which is just a whole nother thing. I don't know. I'm so spent. And like yesterday, I had energy.
Yes.
And I hadn't had that in 2 fucking months. It didn't feel like I was dragging myself through the day. Like, I felt normal, as close to normal as I can fucking feel right now. And got shit done. I haven't felt like I got shit done in so fucking long. And that was before all of this shit.
Yeah.
So I know I should have been on meds this whole fucking time. I get that, but
Me too.
I was trying. I was
Same.
trying to deal on my own. I have the tools. I know the things. I've gone through the steps. I've done all of that shit. So in my mind is like, I can handle this. I can handle this. I can handle this. And then, no, the fuck I can't.
I get that shit too. Yeah, because I'm right back on them with you.
Because, like, I didn't hesitate. As soon as that shit happened with Mom, I was like, I'm getting back in fucking therapy. And there was no if, buts, or maybes. There was no, well, maybe. It was, I'm getting back in fucking therapy. And I said I might get back on meds. And I kind of went back and forth on that one. And I was just like, nope, I got to do it. I have to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because right now, I can't function as a person.
Yeah.
Because of all this shit.
It's hard. All this shit is hard. And, like, our bodies aren't, like, physiologically not built for, like, all of the stressors that we live with.
It doesn't help that we're also disconnected from each other and everything else.
Yeah.
Because that's how people dealt with shit before.
Yeah.
And now that's not the case.
Oh, no. Not at all.
Like, everybody's separated, and that's why I'm glad we were able to do the cousin shit last weekend. Like, that was nice. That was fun. And my anxiety started getting the best of me towards the end of it, but that happens every fucking day. Well, previously, before the meds. Around that time anyway, so... But it was nice. It was fun to hear the kids acting a goddamn fool and doing whatever. Nobody got seriously hurt.
Yeah.
No, Benny ran into the fucking...
Oh, the table.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That poor baby.
That's why I said that. And he got sick, and it was just like all that shit.
Yeah.
But then, like, Monday, Chris and Patty came over, and...
It was nice to have everyone
I have
back.
never had so much peace and chaos.
Yes.
Because they're all fucking
getting
popping shit and
getting at each other, and
I fucking missed it. I missed it so much.
Yeah.
It was so nice to have all my kids, all fucking 5 of them, because I count Patty too.
Yep.
Under the same roof, talking the shit to each other, having fun. They all ganged up on Chris playing Uno. That was fucking amazing.
That was hilarious.
But that's the shit that I miss.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, I mean, yeah, it's the conversations and stuff like that. And with Logan and Noe coming in here and fucking off, not wanting to go to bed. Yeah. Of course, it reminds me of Chris and Kaylee.
Of course. Because Kaylee still does the same shit. You know?
And I don't know if you've noticed, but I've stopped pushing her out as quickly.
Yeah.
Because it's just,
time is finite.
Time with her is finite, and even more finite.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I miss the two of them just coming up and cuddling in bed with me. The older two. The younger two still do it. And it's just so fucking hard to watch them grow up, especially through all this other shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like nobody prepares you for this shit. Nobody talks about it either. Everybody just acts like, no, that's what they're supposed to do. And yeah, I get that. And I know that. I know that logically. But you guys are my fucking world. My entire world. And it feels like my world's changing constantly because they're all getting older. We're getting older.
Because it is changing constantly.
And I know that. But it's just like, fuck.
Stop changing constantly.
I want to go back to that day in fucking Seagoville where we were all laying on the bed and we took that first picture, all 6 of us together. That's the shit that I want.
That was 5 of us. That was before Logan.
No, I mean the first one we took, all 6 of us.
Oh.
After Logan was born. Because the first one was the 5 of us, but you were pregnant. At the time.
Oh, yeah.
So technically it was the 6 of us. But that's like knowing I took so much for granted over the years. It's it's such a kick in the fucking stomach. Because I know I've done it with you, and you and I have had that conversation a million fucking times. I've had the conversation with the older two. Luckily, I haven't had to have the conversation with the younger two near as much.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've been more present, but nobody tells you about the hard shit about raising kids, especially whenever they mean so much to you and you get so close to them and you just have to watch them fucking leave. And with somebody that has had abandonment issues their entire fucking life, and I'm not saying they're abandoning me, I know that's not the same situation.
Yeah,
but
it's just life.
it doesn't feel that different.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
and you can't tell them that because
I do tell them that. I tell them that so they don't think that, oh, Dad's just pissed, or he's mad at me because I'm leaving, or whatever, because that's not what it is. That's why I tell them how I feel and what I'm going through, so they understand.
That's
no,
fair.
Dad's having a hard time that I'm leaving. It's not that he doesn't want me to go. He wants me to go. He just wants me here too. And I had that conversation with Kaylee. It sucks. And I've had that conversation to a lesser extent with Chris, because it's a little bit different. He's down the road. I know where he is. I know who he's with. Like,
yeah, it's still not the same.
And it's not the same. And every time he comes over, dude, it is so hard to fucking let him go. Every fucking time. Because I sent him a thing the other day. It was, I follow it's an empty nester page on Instagram. And it was basically to my adult son kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was saying, forgive me if my hug lingers, because all I'm doing is thinking of you whenever you were little. And that's what happens every fucking time. Like, I don't see them now. I see them whenever they were fucking toddlers. All four of them. Still, to this day. And even sis, to a certain extent. I do that same shit. I don't see the woman that stands in front of me today. I see the little girl.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that Livy looks fucking exactly like her, because then it just puts it more in the forefront of my mind.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know I've dealt with this to a much lesser extent because of sis. Because she moved away, whatever the fuck. So
yeah.
I had to deal with it then. It's not exactly the same scenario, but that's what I equated to.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want her to fucking move out to fucking Maybank, but
yeah,
she did, and everything ended up fine. And we didn't even fucking grow up together.
Yeah.
Realistically, like, we barely grew up together.
That's fair.
Not the kids that were raised in my house 24 fucking 7 their entire life.
This is fair. All of this is, valid and normal.
I just figured by 40 I'd be past shit like this. Or I'd have shit figured out or whatever.
No one does. No one does. You're not alone.
Like, the shit makes me want to fucking drink.
Oof, please don't.
I'm not.
But that's not.
Because I know what alcohol does to me, and I know it kills my feelings to a certain point, and then it amplifies them.
Yeah. What changes do you want to make?
I mean, I'm trying already. Like, I'm focusing more on work. There's more things that I want to get into as far as this shit, other shit. Like, I know all of that. I'm sort of journaling more. We haven't done it the past 2 days, but I don't know. I just want to be better.
And you're doing the things you're supposed to do to get better.
Yeah, but like I've always told everybody, nothing happens overnight. And that's the part that I want to happen right now.
Yeah, I know. I was just about to say it's
because I don't want to skip ahead in time. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I want this part to skip ahead.
Yeah. You just want the feelings to be better. And I understand that. It's hard to, from my side, it's hard to how do you comfort a husband? That, you know what I mean? How do you...
Well, it doesn't help that you've never been with somebody as emotional as I am either. And I'm not saying other people didn't have emotions.
Yeah.
I have always had big fucking emotions.
Yeah.
I'm just now learning how to
navigate and
control them and not turn them into blinding rage.
That's always a plus. And I'm proud of you for that, too. I'm proud of you for a lot.
I'm trying to be proud of myself. Because I've made it this fucking far, somehow.
And they're proud of you, too. It sucks that we're going to have to hit these milestones.
This doesn't feel right. Like, who would have been happier with Chris graduating than Jody? You know what I mean?
All of them. Oh.
But, like, that's already happened. So, like, he would have fucking lost his shit. He would have pushed past all of us and grabbed that motherfucker and picked him up off the ground. That was his first grandbaby.
Yeah.
Who would have been more proud of Sis for finding her religion than Grandma? To find herself in that. She'd have been proud of her and fucking Aaron. And then Mom fucking everything. You know? Like, we didn't have the best relationship before, but she did change. She made sure she was here for every single birthday, even if we weren't doing anything big. She made sure that all of us had whatever dessert we wanted, like, and just come spend a little bit of time with us. She made sure in the later years. And she would sit and listen to all of them talking shit to each other or just acting a fool or whatever. And she always got a kick out of it.
Just shaking her head.
But laughing at the same time. Because I'm sure it reminded her of watching Jody with his friends.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I know that we'll eventually, be able to like have these moments and not feel as bad about them, like as guilty or not less sad, but kind of not as sad. But it does suck that this is like our new normal. And there's not a goddamn thing I can say or do or.
You've done everything. It's like last night whenever I had my fucking 4 o'clock breakdown.
That was fun.
I had to wake you up.
Yeah.
And I apologized profusely, and I still feel bad about it.
No.
But I couldn't have handled that on my own.
And you shouldn't have. Like, I would have been so.
Because I'd have stayed sitting up the whole time until you woke up.
I would have been so angry with you. I would have been so mad.
But I told you, to your credit, you got up, didn't fucking bat an eye at it.
Of course not.
Went outside, smoked a cigarette, tried to calm myself down. That didn't fucking work.
I tried to distract you.
I know. But then ultimately, all it took was you cuddling up to me, and then you put your hand under my shirt like you do almost every night, and put it over my heart. And it calmed me down. That's what I told you. It's like, you're still my peace. You always have been. And I'm eternally grateful for that, because I don't know how far I would have spiraled out of control had it not been for that. And I know I need to self-soothe and I don't need to rely on you and da-da-da-da-da, but
I'm still your wife. I'm still your life partner. I'm still here for you. Because I do know that you have those tools and that you have those, that you do know how to self-soothe. But I know that you also know that you have a limit and that you're still growing and learning and all of that shit on how to feel self-sufficient in those aspects. But you waking me up is like, that's obviously do that. You knew, you tried to do things.
I tried for like 30, 45 minutes to de-escalate, and it just seemed to be getting worse.
And I noticed that because I remember you waking up and you turned something on. I think it was like Rick and Morty or something.
Yeah, that didn't work. That made it worse.
And then, because I had went back to sleep, I was like, oh, Rick and Morty. Okay. And then next thing I know that there's like a meditation thing on, and so I know for a fact that you tried different things to try to self-soothe and to bring that anxiety down. And when you were unable to do it by yourself, which is okay, that's fine. You of course ask for my help. I'm spending the rest of my life with you. Because if I had done the same thing and was like, oh, I'm sorry, you'd have been like, no.
You did do that.
Shh.
Don't act like I'm the only one that does that shit.
This is not about me.
Okay, why did you apologize?
I felt bad.
Okay. That's why I apologized. Because I felt bad.
Okay. I accept your apology, but you don't need to. My eyes are going to be puffy again.
I mean, hopefully one day we can get through one of these without
Crying.
having emotional breakdown.
And everyone watching the video just watching me, like, clean my face. Unfortunately, this is just a part of our life. This is just... This is just what it is right now. And if we cry every episode, then we cry every episode. If we laugh, hopefully we can get some laughs in. Solve some problems or, talk through some things, But if we need to cry, if you need to, like... I don't know anyone that would be like, oh, you lost your mom 2 months ago. You better now?
I've known people like that.
Yeah, well, there's no time limit.
It's just like, oh, so, like, get over it. You got other shit to do. That type of shit.
Yeah, well...
Not anybody that matters, obviously, but...
Yeah, obviously. But...
Because if they did, they wouldn't after that. You know how I am whenever it comes to shit like that. It's like whenever you don't have empathy or sympathy or what the fuck ever, I got nothing fucking for you. Because I try to show that to everybody.
Yeah.
I try to always assume that everybody's having the worst day possible if they snap off now. Because I know how I am whenever I'm having a bad day, and I know I'm short-tempered. And I know some people are just fucking assholes, and their day is going fucking perfect, and they still want to ruin other people's days. I get that. But I try not to think of it that way. I try to see the good and like, okay, maybe they're having a bad day. It's not your fault. Don't turn it into something.
Yeah. It's
because I know I don't just snap off on people whenever I'm having a good day. And I know that's holding people to my standard, but I think in that situation it's acceptable.
Yeah. I think that's a reasonable way to look at things. Like, okay, I know that I don't just randomly go off. Maybe they don't randomly just go off. Maybe they're having a tough go at it. Maybe some shit has gone down. And it's hard to do that sometimes, but when you're in it, in the thick of it like we are, it's a little bit easier to just be like...
Yeah, because I realize, like, I don't give a fuck who's talking shit, like, work-wise right now. I'm just like, what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Like, I'll complain about it, and then it is completely out of my mind, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. There's
just
more...
because I've got more important shit going on in my head right now. I got more important shit going on in my life than to worry about your shit.
Yeah.
Not saying I don't pay attention at work, but whenever people are just being
dicks
for
no reason.
No reason.
Yeah.
I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
I don't have time for it. I don't have the bandwidth for it. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I'm not doing any of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I do my job. I do it well. I know I do it well. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a fucking job.
This is fair.
So it's just like, just get off my back.
Leave me alone.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and I'm 9 times out of 10 doing it quicker than I should be.
Yeah.
So, 7, maybe. But
I wish there were words. I wish there was something. I do. Flarb. But I really do. Because, like, there's nothing comforting. There's zero comforting words. I could tell you her energy is around you all the time and she's with you right now, and it's not going to make you feel better. And that's the hardest thing for me. That's been the hardest thing for me since Grandma. Because it's like, there's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can do. There's not a goddamn thing. And I know it's a part of life, and I know you know that it's a part of life. And
I know I'm being selfish by having these feelings. I know all of that. Because they were fucking hurting. And they're not now. And I still want them here. Because I'm selfish.
But it's...
But I understand that. That doesn't change how I fucking feel either.
It's a normative, selfish thing.
Like, I want them here. Why the fuck wouldn't I want two people...
that you love.
Here. Why wouldn't I want that? And I didn't understand that until then.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't understand any of this until then. Because I've dealt with death. All of us have.
Yeah.
And some hit harder than others. And I know that.
Yeah.
But... go check.
Well...
yeah.
So there's that. That just happened.
I don't even remember what I was talking about.
I don't either.
Is that still on the selfish thing?
I think so.
Regardless, somebody told me to shut the fuck up. I'm just saying. Like, okay, maybe we left the door open. Maybe. Because that happens sometimes where you think you shut it and it doesn't shut all the way. Maybe that. But how the fuck did that shit fall down in the goddamn garage?
I don't know. And it's not like those are accessible. None of the kids can reach that.
And none of the kids moved. And the dogs the dogs can't fucking reach it, and they were in here.
Yeah. Someone's telling you to...
I get it. And the thing is, like, I know we were mainly talking about mom, but that would have been grandma. That 100% been grandma.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I have to laugh. Sorry for...
That should be creepy.
It's not. It's hilarious.
And it really isn't. Like, and it's been so long since something like that happened. And now it happens whenever we're talking about all this.
My face hurts.
Or Jody. I could see Jody doing it too.
Jody would do it.
Mom wouldn't want to because she wouldn't want to, like, actually scare me. Grandma never gave a shit.
No, but that might not have been a scare, like something. It's more of a hey.
But Mom wouldn't have wanted it to potentially scare me.
Oh, fair. Maybe if she was mad enough. Look here, sir.
No, because then I'd feel the fucking pinch underneath my fucking arm.
Yeah, you would. So, I don't know how this is going to get edited, but... So, we're recording. Obviously. We're here. We're doing the things. See? Woohoo. So, we have 3 children at home. They're all on the other side of our home.
You make it sound like we have a palatial mansion.
They're on the other side of the house.
The hallway to the garage is in between us.
Yes, the hallway, and then the living room, and then their rooms are on the other side of that. It's not massive.
Logan's in the living room.
Yes, and then Kaylee and Noe are in their rooms, respectively. So, then...
As we're talking, and I'm going to go back and see if
I don't even know if you can hear it. Leave it in. Leave it in if you can hear it. But there's this loud bang, and there's like, what the fuck was that? And so I go, look, kids are where they're supposed to be, doing their thing. I was like, what the hell was that? Garage doors open. Like the
door to the garage,
yes.
not the actual garage itself.
Right. the door to enter the garage from inside the house is open, and there are like 4 tote lids that we had on a very, very high. It's like the shelf is like this far away from the ceiling of our garage. So it's like the ceiling of the garage and then this shelf. And we have a few like thin things. And those were just things that just happen to be up there because they fit, they're light. They're not gonna move. No one. And it's over a weight bench. We have like, there's so much shit in front of this shelf. And it's so hard to get to. Like, you have to
be me.
Yeah, you have to be really tall or use like a stepladder or climb on shit. And they were on the floor. They were on the ground. That's what the noise was. I'm really curious to see if that picked up or not. And no one. We can't. All right. So, whoever that was, just know that, hi. I don't know which one, of you is coming to say hi, but hi. And hopefully that provides a little bit of, okay, I don't need to feel selfish. I'm not selfish for missing my loved ones. They're your loved ones. You loved them. I loved them. We missed them. That is okay. We just can't halt our lives. And I think we've found a balance. Yes, we are still grieving, and there's going to be good days and bad days, and life's just going to keep going, unfortunately and fortunately. But they wouldn't want us to stop our lives. Is there anything you want to get accomplished this year in your
There's a lot.
40th year?
I mean, I made a list before my 40th to lead up to my 40th, and that didn't fucking work out because the universe has a way of testing me and seeing how bad I want it, I guess. But I'm not doing that this year.
Okay, maybe not a thing.
Oh no, there's several things. Like, I want to narrate a fucking audiobook. I want to do voiceover.
No. I mean, like, personally.
That's personal. That's something I've always wanted to do. That's, like, legitimately. That's a goal of mine. And I know it sounds grandiose, I'm sure, to a lot of people, but I don't know. It just seems like the right way to go. I want to keep doing this, obviously. I want it to grow. I want to do more with it. Get out there more. Spread it, because I feel like a lot of people could get some kind of hope or solace or something out of this, the same way I did out of the honeydew.
Right.
You know, it's like my life's not as fucked up as I think it is.
Yeah.
And regardless, somebody's got it worse all the time. I get that. But it made me feel like I was not alone.
Yes.
And like it wasn't just raining on me.
Yeah.
And
because it's really easy to
I can
feel
impart
that,
that to others.
Yeah.
And know that, hey, a lot of people thought I had it to fucking together. I'm like, nobody realizes how close I am to crumbling at any given moment, usually. Like you guys do, but you are close proximity to me 24/7. Like usually people think that, oh, he's fucking cool, he's got everything under control, da 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 da. I'm like, no, I'm a cunt hair away from breaking at any given moment. So if I can help people realize that
They're not the only one.
you're not the only one. Like, no matter how together somebody looks like they have it, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on in their head, least of all in their life.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Because if I know anything about people's brains, and if they're anything like mine, sometimes your being alone is some of the worst shit.
It's the worst thing for me right now.
So I
Because before, that's how I would deal with shit.
mm-hmm.
I would isolate, try to figure it out. Okay. And now I know I can't be alone right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I have to be in certain situations, but I try to avoid it as much as possible because I don't want to spiral out of control and be by myself.
Yeah. But that's also big of you to be able
Then
to admit.
I know that's temporary.
Yeah.
I hope it's temporary.
But a lot of people wouldn't admit that.
I know myself well enough now to know the things that I need to do in order to maintain some sense of sanity right now. And I'm pushing myself a little bit harder out of my comfort zone and all that stuff, but I know I need to do it.
Yeah. Because it's real easy to in stressful and traumatic and very emotional situations, it's very, 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 very easy to just do old shit.
Then I don't want to do old shit. I did that longer than I should have.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go back to that. I really
Same.
don't. That's why I'm very leery of even having a fucking beer.
Yeah.
I mean, I did on Saturday, but that's just because everything just started piling up and I hadn't got my meds yet. Last Saturday, not yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was just the one. I don't even think I finished it.
You usually don't. Occasionally, like the most you'll have is like what, 2?
That's very seldom at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to pay attention to myself and not let shit get out of control.
That's good. Because that has not always been our policy, and I'm including myself in that. Because when you feel like you've only had yourself to depend on your whole life, it's really easy to just recluse. And just like, I'll fucking figure this shit out by myself. If I make it out, I make it out. If I don't, I don't. You know, kind of thing.
Yeah, see, there's no option B. I was like, I have to make this out of this.
Yeah.
There's no if, buts, or maybes to me, in my mind.
Oh, yeah, now definitely. But you know how we haven't always had that mindset.
And I'm very terrified of getting back to that mindset right now. So I'm doing everything in my power to prevent that.
That was part of the reason why I wanted to start doing like the monthly get-togethers and start planning those. So we have a reason. So we have a, what are we doing this for?
Something to look forward to.
Yeah. And yes, our families and all of that, those are motivation to be here and to do the work and to keep going. But sometimes it gets really hard. So that's when I was like, oh, okay. I'm usually dead mother in most situations. I'm just going to mother the shit out of this family. That's planned shit.
Man, you did.
And I did.
You are, whatever, however you want to look at it.
Is there anything fun you want to do in your 40th year? Or at the beginning of your 41st year?
Nothing really comes to mind because, like, I've done all the fun shit that I want to leading up to all of this.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, because, like, I don't want to go skiing. That sounds, like, horrible to me. You know what I mean? Like, I damn sure don't want to go fucking skydiving or bungee jumping. That gives me anxiety just thinking about it. But it's just, I've lived a life, you know? Like, I've done shit. I've had fun with shit. I'm not worried about that part of it now. I'm worried about doing the shit that's going to make me feel fulfilled now. That's the shit that's exciting to me.
Yeah.
Making me feel like I accomplished something. And it doesn't have to be anything grandiose or any, like, lasting legacy or anything, because I know my kids are my legacy, so I know I have that already.
Yeah.
But it's just doing shit that essentially I've always wanted to do. I mean, all the shit behind me, that's essentially what that is. Like, I wanted Luke's lightsaber for my entire life, and I got it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
That's bucket list shit for me. Realistically, and I know people probably have their opinions on that, but
fuck them.
But it's true. Like, that's one of my prized possessions. And I mean that. Like, it really is. It's a prized possession. All three of the lightsabers for different fucking reasons. The one you and the kids got me. Luke, I bought myself. The one in the middle is the one that I made.
Yeah.
I put together with my own two hands. I picked out all the pieces, all that shit, and I put my own fucking lightsaber together, which is something I've always wanted to do too.
Yeah.
Granted, I wasn't able to use the Force, but...
Or a real kyber crystal.
I'm working on that. Not the kyber crystal, the Force part.
Well, you kind of need the kyber crystal too.
Well, after Order 66, they're really hard to come by. I was trying to think of something clever to say. That's all I got.
And it would take too long to get to... Ilum.
And it was turned into Star Killer Base and doesn't exist anymore, so...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Anyway. I know that this year has not started out.
The year started out fine. Last year didn't end great, and we're dealing with the residual of that, and more so.
And we've had to start 2 years in a row like that. So, what do you think would be helpful to make you get to a point where you feel like celebrating again? Or is this just going to be a time will tell kind of thing?
Don't know the answer to that.
Time will tell kind of thing.
I am taking all of the steps so I can be better. I'm doing the therapy. I'm taking meds, like practicing grounding exercises, doing meditation, like off and on here and there. Breathing exercises have been a real big fucking thing. I'm trying to stay more active and stay on top of my steps during the week, just so I'm up and moving more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I'm doing everything I can. I gotta keep at it. I can't. If I feel too sorry for myself, I'm not gonna do any of that.
Fair.
And I won't let myself do that right now.
Is there anything you have in mind that you want to get out of this coming year?
Out of this fucking house?
Yeah. We're working on that one.
The extent.
That one's sooner rather than later.
By the end of it, I just want to be happy. Like, that's my overarching goal at any given time. I just want to be fucking happy.
Agreed.
And overall, I am.
This is just a tough fucking time.
And it's dealing with all of this.
Yeah.
So I want to make peace with it. I want to make peace with everything. I don't want negativity hanging around me. Yes, I know negative things are going to happen, situations, blah, 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 whatever. I get that. But I'm saying I don't want to be the responsible party for putting more negativity into the fucking world.
Yeah.
I'm trying to live my life as positively as possible. I do no harm, take no shit kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't tolerate bullshit anymore either.
Yeah. We have our boundaries.
And I've stuck to them, and I'm very proud of that.
Yes.
So that's essentially my life's goal now. Do no harm, but take no shit.
And just...
Because it's stopping the negativity before it starts.
Yeah. And hopefully we will be out of this house soon.
It's going to happen. It's got to happen. One way or the other, it's got to happen.
I hope so. I hope really soon. Really, really soon.
Me too.
But then that means I have to pack all this shit.
You act like you're doing it by yourself.
Okay, then we have to pack all this shit.
Give me credit where credit is due.
I corrected myself, sir. Thank you.
Well, we've only moved twice while we've been together.
And I wasn't working the last time, and you had to go in office, so I did most of the
You did the majority of it.
So.
But whenever it came to moving the shit, I was directly involved.
I still want to thank those neighbors again. Man, I hope they're doing okay.
I do too.
They were good people. But the people on the other side, they probably done beat the shit out of each other. Oof.
It's not any worse than what's going on over here.
Oof. Fucking shit, man.
Anyway.
Oh, that's a whole other thing. But anyway, I know that, like I said, I know that this is just a shitty time for emotions. But I am proud of you for everything that you've been doing to better yourself. I am so happy that you feel comfortable enough to wake me up and talk to me, and because that hasn't always been the case. And I know that it's rough right now, but we will get through this. And I know your birthday was on Friday and it's Sunday, but happy birthday again. And I really hope you had a great day. And
it was as good as it could be. It was better than I expected it to be, put it that way.
That's fair. And as you start your 41st year, I just want you to be happy too, and I want us to continue to grow and handle shit like bosses together. And I love you.
I love you too.
All right. We'll be back again eventually. Peace out. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. If you like this episode or know someone who would, please help us grow the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing. Keep up with all episodes on Buzzsprout or anywhere else you get your podcasts.
Tune in next week, folks. Same that time, same that channel.